Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm basically going to be showing you what a typical day looks like as a personal trainer, online coach, budding Hyrox athlete. I can show you a bit of my training, a bit of my eating, a bit of my working, a bit of everything. Currently 5:30. First thing of the day is of course a morning coffee. I know people say you should wait an hour and a half after waking before you have your first coffee, but I refuse to do it. I've never done it. If I don't have this, if I don't have this first thing in the morning, I will be half asleep for the rest of the day. All right, here we have the morning supplement stack. We've got some omega-3, my protein electrolytes, creatine, and of course water. So what I'll do is I'll put these two in my shaker bottle, shake that up, and I'll have that throughout the morning, and I'll have these right now. All right, so the time is 5:59. Just got to work now. Got a couple of morning clients, then I'm gonna have some breakfast and then train myself. So training today, a threshold run, 15-minute warm-up and 3 rounds, 12 minutes of tempo pace, 2-minute easy recovery in between, 5-minute cool down. Biggest one I've done in a while, might be the biggest one I've ever done. See how I get on. Warm up done. That's the end. Wow. Job done. 15-minute warm-up, then 3 rounds, 12 minutes at tempo pace, which is for me is 4:02, and then 2-minute easy after each one, 5-minute cool down at the end. 15k in total, that. Absolutely dripping. Now, just a little spin on the bike. Get the lactic acid out of the legs. Hopefully don't seize up later. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Threshold run intervals are crucial for Hyrox. If you're competing in Hyrox races, the majority of the race is going to be spent in your what's called threshold zone, your zone 4, potentially even low zone 5. We need to get accustomed and we need to get our bodies used to working within this zone and also improving our ability to recover in this zone. If you haven't touched those kind of heart rate zones in training, when you show up on race day, you're gonna be surprised. You're gonna start, your heart rate's gonna go through the roof, you're not gonna be able to get it back down, you're not gonna be able to recover, and the whole race is gonna feel pretty horrible. I've been there, happened in my first race. I just hadn't done enough specific heart rate training to get my body used to what it was going to feel like on race day. Doing intervals at your threshold pace and increasing the duration of those intervals throughout your training program is just going to put you in such a good position come race day. You know, you're going to be running on the day. It's going to feel tough. It's going to feel hard, especially off the back of these heavy stations, but your body is going to be way more efficient at getting rid of this lactic acid, reusing the lactate as fuel, and actually recovering on the runs. Because, you know, I think if you can recover on the runs and attack the stations with intent, you're just going to set yourself up for success. So I'm back, showered, just about cooled down. Now I'm gonna have my lunch. For lunch, I have the same thing every single day, pretty much, during the week. Tuna, pasta salad, pasta, tuna, cucumber, peppers, tomatoes, olives, and that's it. Very, very basic, quite bland, not the most flavoursome, a little bit dry. I love it. I enjoy it. I can't lie to you. I just think it fills me up. Loads of protein, loads of veg. Yeah, not much more to say about it other than that. Very, very basic. We make these every single Sunday. It just means I haven't got to make anything during the week when I am typically busier with clients, training, online coaching. Just takes the stress off of making stuff during the week. If ever you're looking for something good to watch on YouTube, I have been watching this Nick Bare Ironman prep every episode that's come out so far. It's unbelievable. Seeing how hard other people train, whether that is in Hyrox, Ironman, marathon, anything, I just find so inspiring. You know, you think you've got some tough sessions to do and then you see what other people do and it makes you realize that actually it isn't that much to compare, if I'm honest. So in terms of my training, I'm currently preparing for my next Hyrox race. That is Birmingham, October the 25th. I'm going to be racing in the pro solos there. Now, my aim this year is to get a sub 65 in the pro. Now, obviously it would be great to do that at Birmingham, but I am aware of the fact that it is a big course normally. I think most years people end up running about 10K, even over that, when it's normally between 8 and 8.5 on the day. I'm aware of the fact that it may not happen at Birmingham. That is why I've got 2 more races booked this year. 3 weeks after Birmingham, I've got Dublin, and then 3 weeks after that, I've got London at the XL. Now, I always talk about how you should peak for one particular race. In my mind, I'm going to Birmingham with the approach of treating it as a bit of a warm-up and a bit of a practice of just getting back into the swing of racing, given the fact that it will have been sort of like 4 or 5 months in my previous race. Then, looking at getting that sub 65 time, hopefully in Dublin or London. I'm thinking London. It's a 1-lap course. That should mean it's quicker. Certainly takes the stress off of counting laps, which can cost you energy on the day. I would always look at your calendar, guys, and try and pick out which race you want to target as peaking for, and then treat some races as almost A, practice, and B, engine building. You know, just getting some experience of the race day demands, the stimulus of the day, the exposure, everything, and then find which race you're going to peak for, taper specifically for that, and hopefully it all comes together. All right, so the time is 2:30. I'm basically going to spend the next couple of hours just doing some online work. Got some programming to do for my online clients, a couple of check-in calls. Going to write out this week's email. If you've not subscribed to my weekly email list, I'll put the link in the description. Pop your email in if you want to get a free Hyrox training-based email every single week. Hopefully you'll take away some tips and tricks that you can apply to your own training. Of course, after lunch, I always get a little bit tired. Post-lunch slump every single day. So I've got to have a cup of tea. I normally have about 3 coffees a day and 2 teas, but coffees I stop having after about midday normally. Otherwise, I just find it affects my sleep. Coffees until 12, teas until 5. Guys, 4 p.m, time for an afternoon snack. I'm going to show you what I make my afternoon snack pretty much every single day. It's one of my favorite meals and so easy to make. All we're going to do is we're going to get some fat-free Greek yogurt. We're going to put this into a bowl. Normally have about 100 grams of this. Then we're gonna get a scoop of whey protein. This is the chocolate brownie flavor from My Protein. Use code NFletcher for a discount. 30 grams of that going in there. And then we're basically gonna mix this up until it's all mixing properly. So it should basically look like that, like a bit of a paste, like a mousse. Then it's time to add the toppings to it. I'm gonna go with some granola, right in there. Then I'm going to go with some cinnamon. Again, mix that up. And then also going to go in some sliced apple. Last thing I'm going to add is a banana. Then I'm not actually done because we've got to go in with some powdered peanut butter. So all you do with this is you put in however much you want into a bowl. Then you're going to add some water to this, and you're basically just going to mix it up until you get the consistency that you want. It's basically going to look a little bit like this. And there we have it, guys. Simple. Greek yogurt, whey protein, granola, apple, banana, cinnamon, powdered peanut butter, at least 40 grams of protein, maybe even 50. So 4:15, heading back to the gym now. Got a couple of evening clients and then I'll be home, done for the day. Time for some tea and chill out for a bit. Go on, let's go, G. Last client of the day, also my favorite client, also known as my girlfriend, Gina. 10 reps, yeah? How many is that, G? I've lost count. Job done. Working day done. All clients done. Training done. Only thing left to do now, go home, eat and chill. So we've got the tea on. Tonight is sweet potato and we've got some chicken sausages in the air fryer there. I am not going to take any credit for making this. That is all my girlfriend. Again, she's a much better cook than I am. And here we are, the final product. Absolutely perfect. Alright guys, last meal of the day, about to go down. 2 pieces of sourdough, peanut butter and chocolate milk. No, I'm not a child, I love it. So always finish the day with a bit of light reading. This might seem a little bit nerdy, but I find it quite interesting. Yep, very nerdy indeed.